What are you going to torture me with this time?
War. War never changes.
Changes all the time.
Except when it does, which is right now, actually. War is going to be very different in the future. And as you can see, this is the British Army's guide on future soldier, which I assume is going to be you, conscripted with a little AI assistant running around with you on tracks. A little cute buddy. We'll have cat ears, cat face on the screen.
Doesn't sound that bad now.
Yeah. Shoot the enemy now.
That is better than what they had to deal with in the 70s.
I don't know, man. There's something about like the lack of dignity in soldiering that's not great. I don't really want some kid Fortnite dancing over my dead body.
I'll tell you, you've probably seen in my video, there's those patches we found in this Afghan bazaar.
Yeah.
And they're all the American patches left over. It's all like, I'm a strong black woman. Or My Little Pony and stuff. And it's just like, none of these are based. I don't want to buy any of these.
The future of war is not only going to be grim, it's going to be cringe.
Yeah.
Well, the British Army are prepared for it. Future Soldier is about delivering a modern British Army that is fit for the challenges of the future. To become more lethal, agile, expeditionary, an army able to fight and win wars and compete successfully in the grey zone between peace and war. An army equipped with the right culture and leadership to sustain our reputation and moral foundation and make the army a great place to be for everyone. An army ready for the future, not the past.
Should we take a minute? Because, I mean, the British Army, really?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the international joke right now.
Yeah, I know.
No recruits, terrible leadership, internationally can't even engage in combat according to the Americans.
Yeah.
In a significant way.
Look at that first line. Why we need the future soldier.
The impact of climate change. Yeah. I mean, can we have picked the US Army? At least they've got money.
Yeah, I guess, I guess, but climate change is doubtless top of their mind as well. But yeah, the impact of climate change also forces us to examine how we operate. You know what, right? I can't take the British seriously. I know. Why would you? There are going to be many things that force the British Army on how to operate, how they change how they operate, but climate change is not going to be one of those things.
Do you remember when they were looking at turning all military vehicles into electric? And everyone was like, Are you stupid?
Yes.
Like, yes, we are.
Proudly.
Okay.
So yeah, understanding the impacts of a changing environment on our people and our equipment, working to preserve our freedom of maneuver is essential. It's just, honestly, it's cringe. But
sorry, there's another line there.
Yeah, go on.
For the British Army to combat climate change, they write, they must transform radically its culture and its technology and how it fights.
I mean, I believe them. Right? For the British Army to combat climate change, they're definitely going to have to change their culture. At the moment, I assume their culture is geared around winning wars. Okay, probably not.
Maybe 10 years ago, I don't know anymore. That's the thing.
When I was young, when I were a lad, they tried to win wars. Now, I suppose not so much. But anyway, so the European Union, of course, is well aware of this. From a military perspective, war is changing. Specific technologies such as artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, robotics, biotechnologies, advanced materials, or quantum technologies are strong candidates to shape and orient both threat and military capabilities under a new general strategic context. Defensive and offensive operations in cyberspace are considered critical for the high information exchange.
Sorry, this pure trading block, nothing else.
Yeah.
Is saying this for what reason?
For the reasons that they're constantly banging on about getting a military.
Yeah.
Every trading block needs a high-tech military.
I mean, we all know that's what they use for, but this is a worse point, because I don't know if you've seen, I don't know what percentage chance you put this on, but getting it back to being British for a minute, I sincerely think there's a big risk that we're going to end up rejoining the EU.
Yeah, I'm worried about it.
By force. And in which case, you won't just get conscripted to fight for the gay British military, you'll get conscripted for the gay European-wide military.
I'm happy to become the Welsh Taliban, man.
Imagine being a soldier, though. You're serving under
At least I'm not speaking German. It's like, but they're literally invading again. How has this happened?
But I'm talking about, you get conscripted, you get deployed to Donetsk, and your commander is some Frenchman, and you're fighting under the European Union flag. And the French guy refuses to speak English to you because French is so superior.
There is absolutely no way. I don't care how hard they try and conscript me. I'd literally just, run off into the woods. Be like the Patriot Mel Gibson, but just against the French. But I mean, we've seriously failed when it comes to that.
Partisan forces fighting against the EU national forces.
Yes.
It's just the British. They've gone AWOL.
Yeah.
That probably is likely, actually.
That's what we're going to be reduced to, which is bloody awful. But anyway, so the British Army put out a video about the soldier of the future. It's only like a minute long.
Okay, is he praying?
Let's watch. This is their vision of the future.
It looks like Birmingham, yeah.
It does. Average Englishman, 2025. Literal Terminator.
The robots hunting the very last Englishman in existence.
Yeah.
What does the army of the future look like? It looks like you.
Looks like a Asian woman.
Technology will help us do incredible things. But nothing can do what a soldier can do.
The only person who is identifiable in this is an Asian woman on the British Army. So the British Army are like, right, we need representation, lads. What we can do, we're going to get Indonesian women to fight the French or to fight the Russians. Like, are you serious? What are you doing? Like, but anyway.
I mean, again, it's the British Army. I mean, this is normal at this point.
I guess. Like, I just can't think that, I can't believe that there's, I mean, I can believe, I can totally believe that there are people in, the military headquarters who are like, yeah, we'll just make an Asian woman, obviously. That's our new constituency. Get them to fight for us. It's like, don't we have millions of white men? Yeah, no, screw them. They're racist.
I don't know if you've seen, because we got the 2020 census, so we've now had, since Tony Blair, 20-something years of peace. There's also the British Army data that comes out every 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And as we've noticed, the UK is like on a slope to a place. The British Army has barely moved an inch. For some reason, all of those newcomers, the tens of millions of them, they're not joining.
Yeah, and they're trying to desperately struggle. How can we get them to join the military? It's like, don't know, they're joining ISIS.
Well, maybe if we have people from ISIS be in the adverts.
She's obviously not from ISIS, FYI.
I don't know. I mean, they got the ISIS in the Philippines, so maybe.
Yeah. So the point being is that Europe has no future.
It's not slander.
Europe has no future in war, right?
Okay.
It doesn't have any representation, doesn't have any soldiers. And they're like, literally, we need you. What, her? Her? Can we not just have the Terminator killing machine running around?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Let's have that. But no. So let's go to the Americans, right? Let's talk about what the American future of war is going to look like. Pentagon scientists discuss cybernetic super soldiers that feel nothing while killing in dystopian presentation. The soldier of the future will be flooded with pain-numbing stimulants, cybernetically enhanced, and one official sort of joked must eventually be terminated.
I kind of like the Pentagon.
It's a much more realistic view.
Yeah.
We're going to get the little Asian women fighting for us, or we're going to have genetically engineered, drug-addled super soldiers. I think one of these might actually work. I think one of them might actually come to fruition. I don't think it's the little Asian women.
Well, that's the thing. Like, the UK military is kind of a joke at this point, and that's why they're able to do that kind of bollocks, and you just kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
But I know the Pentagon's got similar problems.
Yeah.
And we all saw, what was it, General McWoke.
Oh, Millie.
I want to know about white fragility.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Shut up and take the pain drugs.
Yeah. But then there's a section of the Pentagon and the American military that is the money printer go burr. And those people are just kind of insane.
Yeah.
Because they just want to do insane things with that money, which is respectable at least.
Yeah. So this was a conference they had, was it last year? It was last year. It was last year, but the end of last year.
But I don't know why you need drugs to kill people. I mean, but killing people for ages. Why do you need to be drugged up?
Because the modern world is flooded with morality, Callum.
Where?
Everywhere.
I haven't found it.
It's bad to kill women and children. And the Pentagon's like, you know what? We need a drug that turns off that part of the brain. It is possible that our super cyber soldiers will one day go off the rails and we'll have to terminate them. But that's a price we're willing to pay. Literal psychosis soldiers is what they're planning, which is great.
You know about the Nazis doing the proto version of this?
Yes.
The Panzer Chocolade?
Yeah.
You know about that?
Yeah, it's like meth or something.
Yeah, for people who don't know, they made these chocolate bars that are basically just meth. So the tank crews would take these chocolate bars, and the story goes that basically that would make you really, really good at killing people for all of like 10 minutes. And then by that time, you're probably dead anyway. So
that's all you need.
Yeah.
But the Pentagon are like, look, we have modern technology. Right? Modern problems require modern solutions. Turns out that, the average soldier who bursts into Gaza and doesn't really want to spray down.
He needs more meth.
Yeah, he needs more than just meth. So they were using science fiction as the basis of their thoughts. And they were just like, look, enhanced soldiers would be reduced to bionic men who run fast, do not sleep, eat and drink very little, and can fight all the time. A new species is born, Homo robocopus.
Okay, now I hate the Pentagon again.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to call it that?
Yeah, I know. But they were saying, they were concerned about the European report that the world superpowers would, the ethical concerns of the world superpowers genetically engineering super soldiers. The Americans were like, I have no idea what ethical means.
Yeah, say that sentence again. The ethical concerns of the world's superpowers.
Yeah, exactly. And then engineering super soldiers. The Americans are just like, nah. What risks are we willing to take? There's all these wonderful things we can do. Wonderful things? Sorry, you just said you were going to create a psycho drug soldier that would be reduced to a bionic man who doesn't need sleep and can fight all the time. Wonderful things we can do with soldiery, Callum. Isn't technology great? There are loads of movies from the 80s and 90s about this sort of thing. Where you've got the psyched up drug psychosis soldier. He goes around killing all the time.
See, for foreigners, so I don't know, Libyans or who are, those types, they've got to worry about being killed by the psycho soldier, of course.
Yes.
But then you've got places like Ireland and the UK where our military is just to keep us down.
Yeah.
In which case...
Especially the Irish military.
Yeah, it's far more the American schizo fantasy.
Yeah.
Where you got to sit there and fend off the UN soldiers who are coming in hyped up on drugs.
Did I tell you how big the Irish army is?
10 guys.
7,000 men.
Yeah.
Look, they can't fight off an invasion.
We could take them.
Yeah, absolutely, we could take them. They can't fight off an invasion, but what they could do is maybe put down a few rebel provinces.
Living in the sewers, eating the rat burgers.
Yeah. But I love this. One of them was like, we don't want a fair fight. We really don't. This is not an honorable thing. We want our guys to be overmatching any possible enemies, right? So why aren't we giving them pharmaceutical enhancements? Why are we turning them into weird, roided super soldiers? Why aren't we doing this? This is mad, guys. We should definitely be doing this. Why aren't we making them run all week when we could just give them steroids? There's all these other things you could do if you change societal norms and ethics and laws in some cases.
Usually because the effects on the men who are meant to be, family. The military is a family, that concept, no?
It's also the effects that it has on the people they murder.
Sure. I mean, we care less about them, but...
I guess so, but look, we could just create these absolute monster super mutant things that go around just murdering all the time, and then we'll eventually just terminate.
Why don't we use the FEV virus? I don't understand.
Exactly. It's like, okay, well, I'm not looking forward to getting killed by one of the roided up mega soldiers of the future. But I mean, at least I wasn't killed by some fucking shitty old communist or something. At least this guy's killing me for capitalism. I don't know. I haven't got a silver lining.
Is he? Yeah,
I have no idea.
He's just doing it for the master.
Yeah, I have no idea. There's no silver lining. But technology is advancing, right? And the thing is about the roided up super soldier is you're literally not going to know he's there. He's going to have a fucking invisibility cloak. But look at this.
Really? You don't want that royalty-free music? I mean, this is kind of cool. This is the kind of progress
awesome.
I actually like.
That's great.
Is, not drugging people to death.
Yeah, but this is what's hiding the roided up super soldier who screams something incomprehensible before he literally tears your spine off of your body.
But don't worry, I speak Pashto, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, this is cool.
It's been designed for use in war zones. That is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's awesome. But literal predator cloaks from meth heads who are probably using Bowie knives or something. That's amazing.
Can we get our hands on a few of those?
I mean, that would be cool.
I mean,
I have no idea how it works.
Hand them out in inner cities and just cause some chaos.
But I mean, that you're wandering through a jungle, you're never going to notice that guy hiding behind that thing. Amazing.
To watch the full video, please become a premium member at lotuseaters.com.